Hey y'all, I'm live. If y'all only knew how long I sit here with my finger on like next to the live button before I actually press it. Like sometimes it takes me hours to actually go live. But that's the insecurity and perfectionism in me. Like I'll sit there with my finger next to the button and I'll be like, do I have all my stuff? Do I have all my notes? And then that's like another hour before I do it again because I'm usually procrastinating when I do that. I have all the notes I need and everything I need. I took a 5 hour energy at like, well, actually, it was a B12 shot at, I don't know, I guess it was about 10:30, and now it's like, well, 10:30 at night, and now it's like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm getting a little bit sleepy. But I'm going live because I'm trying to get used to going live. Um, and so sometimes I just make myself do it without tagging anybody because yeah, I just want to go live without the pressure. But anyway, I'm up late just getting in some studying done and getting some writing done. I purchased this course from Lisa Nichols, Motivating the Masses. The course is called Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit. So I've been taking that class, and it's the first level of it's done in 2 levels, and the first level is, I believe, like what is it, like 7 modules. And so I've just been like going over those modules over and over again. I had her queued up on my other computer, but it's gone dark now. Anyway, so I just like I made some notes based on the lesson that I got from her today, and I put on there as my title, to turn your gripe into your gifting and make it excellent. And I came up with that title because just like I was telling you guys in the beginning, some of you may know this about me, that I've been talking a lot lately about my father, and been doing some videos on my YouTube page and posting on Facebook. And if you haven't gone to my YouTube page yet, go to Delores, the pastor's daughter on YouTube. That's my name, Delores. The pastor's daughter on YouTube. That's my YouTube page, and I would love your support on my page. But anyway, so I've been talking about that a lot lately, and I know you guys have seen that. And you know that I've been in the process of writing a book about my experiences and about my life growing up as the daughter of a narcissistic pastor. I've been talking openly about some of the abuse that I experienced. So that's like physical, mental, emotional abuse. But I've really been dedicating a lot of my focus on talking about the spiritual abuse that I witnessed that he inflicted on church members. So I've just been kind of building a story on my YouTube page. But, I was just thinking today about, like, I have, persevered and achieved, a lot of things. And honestly, it's really been my father's claim to fame when it comes to me, because I have several degrees. I earned a master's degree in public administration and business. And then I went into the military, into the Army, retired, received a medical retirement as a captain. Then when I got out of the military, I went back to school, earned another master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, and then I earned a certification in counseling. So, I've received, accolades and, good reports from my teachers and stuff on my writing and all of that. But what many of you may not know is that, I have a lot of self-doubt, and I have this this perfectionism. I call it the pastor's daughter curse. I have this perfection, this need to be perfect, or need for everything to be perfect, that sometimes it even like stops me from doing anything at all. It's like if I can't be perfect at it, or if I can't look perfect, or if it's not going to turn out perfect, then sometimes it stops me from doing anything at all. And then I have this rumination to where, like, even when I make decisions, it's like, man, then I think about, man, I probably should have made a different decision, or I should have thought about it more. I should have thought about this scenario or that scenario. It's like it just, it turns into a whole thing. And then before you know it, you really haven't done anything. And it's really turned into something that becomes like a handicap. And so on top of all of that, then I have this fibromyalgia that, causes me a lot of fatigue. So then that's like, it makes me really not want to do anything. And then, like, during this process of just writing about and processing what I went through in my childhood, it's like while I've been writing, I've also had to process what I went through. And it's like stuff that I thought was, buried, stuff that I thought I had gotten over, stuff that I thought, I had forgiven him for. And, it was just in the past, it was buried, it's no big deal. But writing about it, made me realize that, maybe I thought that I had forgiven, but I really hadn't. Maybe I just buried and just said, well, that's just the way it is. And so, I guess it's kind of just coming to that resolution, just resolving in your mind that that's just the way things are. But not really like dealing with it in a way that you can move forward and heal. So all of those things, have been that I've been working through in the process of writing about my experiences. But see, when I first discovered that my father was a narcissist, whenever like I was able to really just put that name to it, I remember I called my mother and I asked her if I was a narcissist. And now when I think about it, it seems really silly, but I was so serious. And when I asked her, I mean, like, just saying the words made me cry. I just like, I couldn't deal. It was just like, I knew that I had a lot of characteristics like my father. And so when I realized that, that's how he was, and that was kind of like the name that I could put to it, then I wondered if, I was the same way, and maybe I just lacked that self-awareness, like narcissists do. But what I realized when I asked myself that question is, like, I had a revelation that I'm different from my father. And what really makes us different is, although he's talented and he's charismatic and he's handsome and he has all these qualities, the difference between he and I with our qualities and our abilities and what I, like to consider as giftings, is that I have taken the giftings that God has given me, or the experiences that I've been through, and just decided to turn them into giftings. And decided to perfect them. Like, for instance, this is probably like a weird example, but I have a high level of discernment, but my discernment turned into like a paranoia, so it's like when you really realize like that paranoia is something that's been kind of getting you down. It's been interfering with relationships, and you realize that that's when your discernment took an extreme turn, right? It took an extreme turn into paranoia. And that's because it was, all this toxicity was around it. All of this toxicity was feeding into my discernment, and my discernment turned into kind of like a paranoia, if that makes sense. And so what I realized is that I didn't need to turn that off, but I needed to heal that part that was causing that paranoia, and keep the good stuff, which is the discernment that I had. I know that probably doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but Maybe it will as, time progresses and as my story unfolds. Um, but the major difference between us is that I've taken those insecurities and decided to perfect to turn them into something, right? So I have this, this insecurity about speaking publicly or about my writing, for instance, right? But I don't let those insecurities stop me, nor do I allow those insecurities to keep me moving forward in a direction where I'm hurting people or my message isn't getting across, because here I am thinking that I can that it's bringing more quality than what it is, if that makes sense. So where I have this insecurity about my writing, okay, well, yeah, you have insecurity about your writing, but what I've been doing on the back end was learning, right? So while I've been processing and writing about my experiences growing up, I've also been learning how to write better, learning how to make my message clear, my writing concise and clear, and understandable to or understood by anybody who reads it. And I've also been doing that about my speaking. So that's why I decided to take the Lisa Nichols course on speaking for ultimate impact and motivating the masses. And I'll come back on at some other point and just kind of share some of those lessons that that I learned from her. But it's just kind of, motivated me to turn those issues that I have, so to speak, like those insecurities that I developed as a result of growing up, feeling like that lack of support, feeling like the lack of encouragement. It really was just non-existent, and when it was there, it was for ulterior motives, and I knew that, and so I knew that encouragement wasn't sincere and it wasn't genuine, and that affected me growing up. But one thing that I'm truly passionate about now is getting my story out in a way that is beneficial to people who read it, people who hear my story. And I'm learning how to deliver it in a way that is healing and that enables people and empowers people to break free of narcissistic abuse and to heal, just to work towards healing and helping others. So that's my mission now, is to do everything that I can to make sure that my message transforms lives and heals. So I guess that's it for now. I think I'm gonna take a nap. It's 3:46 in the morning, and I'm kind of tired, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hey, I love y'all, and hey, turn your gripe into a gifting and make it excellent. Okay, turn those insecurities that you have, those little quirks, those little things, and turn them into a gifting. Let God use them to build the kingdom and to perfect the kingdom and to enrich your relationship with God and your relationships with other people. Anyway, I love y'all. Bye bye for now.